Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Faith, and today I'm filming my 25 books I want to read in general. So I'm not doing like 25 books I want to read in 2025 because I could have made that video if I made it at the beginning of the year, but like I didn't for some reason. So now we're here talking about books I want to read later on, and these aren't just 2025 releases. So I'm gonna just say this is not my first time filming this video. I filmed this video before like Monday when I skipped school for what's it called? Actually, no, there was no reason. I just didn't want to go to school, so I just skipped school, and I just sounded tired and just like I don't know. I sounded dead. Or I don't even know what was wrong with me, but it's like I'm sick right now, so it's like I might just be like my tissue. Oh, those are some ugly. Okay, whatever. I'm using paper towels right now because I don't have tissues. This is actually very sad, and maybe this video isn't going to be as good as the first time I filmed it. But at the same time, the first time I filmed it wasn't that good, so it's like I'm going to try to do it again. And is that a bad idea? Maybe, but like, I'm wearing some yellow to end this column, give me happy vibes, and hopefully that does something to make the video actually exciting because I am excited for these books. So yeah, but it's probably gonna be worse than last time, but you know what, let's see how it goes. Let's see. So I guess let's get into it. Yeah, because I really like this yellow sweater. Like, isn't it so cute? I don't know. Like, yeah. Okay, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so the first book I want to read is Oh Sinners. And so I read another book by this author, which was Dances, and I really liked Dances. Like, that's one of my favorite books. It's gonna eventually show up in my books my favorite books, my 5-star reads video. But like I really like that book, and so this book is about like this cult, I don't know, leader, or like how this guy becomes a cult leader or something like that. And then we also see like in the present timeline someone investigating this cult or whatever. I just wanted to read this book because a black cult signed me up, and also I'm writing a book. My second book is going to be, I didn't say what my book is about. Who cares? Okay, but anyways, so I want to write a book about like a religious thing. It's not gonna be completely about religion, but like I don't know, I just feel like this is a bit of research for that. And second off, it's just fun because who doesn't want to read about a cult? And second off, I haven't read cult books, which I don't know, actually have I may have. Actually, yes, I didn't read one, but I didn't really like that book. Yeah, I am really sick. I should, but whatever. Yeah, I haven't really read cult books, but like I think if I'm gonna start off, I might as well start with something black. So that's why it's on the list. Which I picked up Dances because the main character was black, which I feel like we need to bring back like black girls on covers, because it's like that's where I usually pick up books just randomly at the bookstore because of that. But like the new Oh Sinners doesn't have a black person on the cover, and I don't know, I feel like we need to bring that back. And I've just seen this whole little trend of like just having these weird covers, and it's just like, how would I know this is a black book? But I don't know, maybe it's because I just pick up books with black people on it, and it's always just like something that makes me happy and whatever. And it's like, I feel like it's just such a cute cover idea, which honestly that doesn't matter. I'm really yapping this time, but like after I'm done filming this video and second off filming my update for whatever the thing, what is it, my update for my April update for my April writing vlog, I'm gonna take this sweater off and just go to sleep. Like I'm just going straight to sleep because I don't know, I just put this on specifically for you guys. But honestly, I'm just yapping now. But anyways, okay, the second book we're gonna talk about is Blue Sisters. So I really liked Cleopatra and Frankenstein, and I feel like this is very much the main character, the author's alley. Like Cleopatra and Frankenstein was a book about marriage, and then this book is a book about siblings, and I just feel like she really does relationships well. And yeah, and this is also about grief, which because like there's three. Oh yeah, I should probably say what it's about. Okay, so in this book we follow three sisters who are grieving the fourth sister, which sounds interesting, and so I want to read it because like it just sounds like a good book, and I don't know, I like the author's work, so why not read another book by her? And I don't know, I kind of want to write like a sibling story, which maybe it's like my idea was like a whole family story, but I don't know if I really like that because I feel like my writing has grown. Like when I first started writing, I thought I would become like a writer who wrote about who wrote about people and relationships and stuff like that. But as I've grown as a writer, I've figured out that I'm more of a writer who writes like I mix between like plot and no plot, and I just like very much mix between those. And it's like I usually talk about a lot about relationships, but I also talk about like non-relation actually yeah, like my whole story isn't just like a marriage story, and I just tend to not be that type of writer, which this also does not matter. I feel like I should name this like 25 books, chatting about 25 books as a writer, or a writer talks about 25 books she wants to read. Because like at this point I'm just talking about writing and just like how the books I want to read. Oh, okay. And yes, I have my pajamas on because I didn't feel like wearing jeans. But yeah, I feel like I'm talking about it very much in the writer's lens, but I feel like because writing is a lot of what I do, so it's like when my reading is informed by my writing a lot of the time, so I don't know if that's like not normal, but like I don't know. So I feel like every time I'm talking about a book I want to read, there's always something like personal about it. There's something writing related about it. There's just like a bunch of factors that go into it, and so yeah. I'm gonna blow my nose, guys, so there's gonna be a little cut here, so whatever. I said this would happen. I really shouldn't have filmed this video while I was sick, but at the same time, I didn't want to use the other video I did because like that video, I sounded so just like, I don't know, dead inside. Like senioritis is honestly hitting me because like I remember when people were like, oh my gosh, senior year, like you is the worst, especially second semester. Oh yeah, plus I've been accepted into U of M, and that's the place I'm going to, so you know I'm gonna be a little, actually why did I do that, but okay, I'm gonna be a U of M 2029 U of M graduate, so that's really exciting. If you care about that, but like whatever, which I guess I'm gonna be talking about that in my vlog too, but like whatever. So that's exciting, and it's just like I already got into college, so what's the point? And it's like I still need to keep up my grades before U of M tries to come after me and just take my not take my scholarship, but like revoke my I don't know, acceptance. Yeah, because they keep emailing, like every single college has been emailing going like, oh wow, we'll take away your thing if you guys don't have good grades. Okay, that does not matter. But yeah, what was I even talking about? I don't know. I'm gonna blow my nose. Oh, I think it's because I was sick, whatever. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's why I didn't do it great the last time, because I was just like in senioritis mode, and it's just like I was skipping school and I was so tired because I just hate this school so bad, and it's just like I want to graduate, which I'm 1 month away from graduating, and it's actually so sad, and just like I don't know. It feels weird to not be in high school anymore, and the fact that I'm going to be leaving home and you guys are going to be watching, I don't know, like a new side of me, which I'm glad I started this channel when I was in a senior, because I feel like I've grown so much and just like became so much, I don't know, like freer or something. Like I feel like, I don't know, part of me is like, what if all the self-discovery ends when I go to college and stuff? Yeah, and I just feel like I don't care what people think anymore this year, because like I'm a senior, and like what are they gonna do? I'm done with school soon. But we're talking about all of that just for me to say I'm blowing my nose. Okay, bye. I'll see you next time. I need to shut up. But if you're not new to this channel, you know I don't shut up. So I'm done blowing my nose. We're back. I don't know why we had that whole discussion. I'm going to keep it in because I don't know. I want to, but whatever. Okay, so the next book we're going to talk about is The Real Deal. And this author, I follow her on TikTok, and I don't know what it is about following a writer's journey that makes you want to read their book so bad. So this is her book, and her books have been comped to Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, which I like, and I just want to know if I like famous people in books. So I think that would be exciting, which I think for my I think my fourth book, like, I have this idea of a book where it's just like a famous person, or like she works in the, when I say famous people, I usually mean like they're an actress or they're working like reality TV, or like they're very much like yeah, actors, like those things, and like social media, any of those things I usually consider famous people. And then if they're like a music person, then I call them music people. But I just don't know why, because I don't know, there's just something about calling, I don't know how to call those people or what to call them, because like you're just a person who's in front of the screen a lot, and I just, whatever that is. But like, yeah, I really want to write a book about that for one of my books, and so I want to read this book to see if that's something I like in books, or if I should just change my main character's career. Plus, I also just want to read it because I've seen this author's journey, and I want to read about a famous person. So what this book is about, because I feel like I keep going like, oh, why I want to read it instead of what this book is about. But okay, The Real Deal is about this girl who was a part of this like reality TV thing where like people with different skills come onto this reality TV, and they, I don't know, become stars, or they're like helped to become stars, or whatever they do, and whatever. So that's what the book is about. And so years later, they're having a reunion, and they're talking about like how this reality TV thing destroyed them as people, and whatever. So that just seems interesting to me. And it's like, I just love it when the plot is like, what happened years ago, blah blah blah. I just feel like those very plot driven books are just like so good, like contemporary plot driven books. Like, I just need more of those in my life. So of course I'm gonna read it. Whatever. Okay, so the next book is, speaking of Taylor Jenkins Reid's, Carrie Soto is back. So I have not read Carrie Soto is Back, which might be surprising to you, because it's like I've read not all of her books, but like all of her historical books except this one. And the reason why I saved this one is because I didn't want to run out of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, so I just saved it. But now her new book Atmosphere is coming out, which Atmosphere is also on this list, but let's not talk too much about that yet. So none that has come out. I want to really read Carrie Soto's Back. And Carrie Soto's Back is about this tennis player who comes out of retirement when a young person beats their record. Plus, I really like books about sports, which I don't know if I'll ever write a book about sports, but like, I don't know, it's one of my favorite things in a book, and I want to just like read that just for that or whatever. And then the next book, Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, again, as I said. So this book is about this astronaut, or she's something. I think she works in like physics or something random. I think she's like a professor or like a teacher, and then she like goes into the astronaut field, and I think she does something smart behind the scenes. It's giving very much Hidden Figures, whatever they do in Hidden Figures. I don't know what they do, but like, I really love that movie so much. I feel like what's called, people hate on it because you have to watch it every single time in what's called school, but like, it's still an excellent movie, whatever, but that's not the point. So that's what the book is about, and let's talk about why I'm excited about it, I guess. So I'm excited about it because it's Taylor Jenkins Reid's. Second off, the next book I'm writing is about like a person who works in like a smart person field, which when I say smart person field, I mean like they work in like STEM, because it's like you can still be smart and not work in STEM, but like, I don't know, I feel like there's not many books where people are working in STEM, and I just need to figure out, like, I guess, to read those books to get ready for my next book, which I'm really excited about. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of research that goes into that. But yeah, there's that. And also astronauts, as I said, I loved Hidden Figures, and I just love the vibes of what the book can be, and I really want to read it, which is going to take me probably years to read that one, because it's like I just don't like being without a book from an author I love, so whatever. Okay, then the next book is All the Lonely People. So All the Lonely People is very much comped to the current book I'm reading. Yeah, this is definitely gonna have to be a writer talks about like 25 books she wants to read, because like I'm making every single book related to what I want to read, even though that's not like the only reason why I want to do it, but like whatever. So the reason why I want to read this book is because, yeah, my book. And so this book is about this guy who lies to his, I think, granddaughter or daughter about his life. And then I think she says that she's coming over to his house or like retirement home or whatever he's in. And then he has to make his, what he's lied about his reality. And practically that's my book. Well, it's not my book, but it's like where it toes the line between this fake world and like this, I don't know, very positive, let me think, world that you want, like this, the word is on the tip of my tongue, like this idealistic world, yes, and like this like real world, and just like how that mixes together and whatever. So that's why I want to read the book. It could be a comp to my book, and I'd be excited about that. The next book we have on the list is A Little Life. So A Little Life, I want to make like a reading vlog of that book for you guys. Like not a reading vlog, but like a writer reacts to A Little Life, because I just think that would be such an interesting video. And I just feel like, because I feel like when I really liked, what's her name, Writing with Joy, I think, or Written by Joy, something like that, her channel, and I really liked her video on Brandon Sanderson, and I was looking for like the literary fiction equivalent, and I feel like a lot of AuthorTube has been doing this, where they read a book within their genre and they react to it, and it's usually like a very popular book within their genre, which I was thinking of a book, really popular literary fiction book that I haven't read, but I'm also fine with critiquing, because I feel like some books I'm just like not comfortable with critiquing, because like, I don't know, they're small authors, and it's just like I can be very mean when it comes to books. So I just decided A Little Life, which I don't think it's that big in the literary fiction community, but like I feel like it's just a popular book in general, so why not read it and react to it? I've heard it's really sad. I have no idea what the book is about. I'm excited to one day read it. Blah blah blah. Okay, the next book we have is Dear Edward. So Dear Edward is giving me very much atmosphere vibe. Wait, no, not atmosphere. Manifestation or manifestation vibes, which was like a show about like this plane almost crashes, and then they're like in the future or something like that, and like something like that, and it's just like it's very much plane related, but then like whatever, and because of a plane something happens. So this book is about, I think, like this little boy is a sole survivor of this plane accident or whatever, and I just think that'd be really interesting, because I did like Manifestation, though I didn't finish the series, because I just watched like, I don't know, almost the full season. Like I was like in 7th grade when I watched that, or like 8th grade, or like somewhere in COVID I watched that. At least I think it was COVID. It might have been 9th grade or something. My memory isn't very good, but like I watched it then and I really liked that, so a book version of that seemed really good. Which, oh my gosh, this video is almost 20 minutes. I probably shouldn't have been just like talking, but it is. The next book we have is Homeseeking. So Homeseeking is a book that came out 2025, and this book is about like this romance, or like this romance story that takes like decades long. And if you watched like books I really love, you'll see that I always like that in books. Like, for example, The 100 Years of Lenny and Margot, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, There Must Be More. there probably are more, but like I just love books where the romance takes decades long to happen, because I feel like it's just like it's so good, and it's just like the just like I don't know, miscommunication, the stopping the romance, the just like starting again, the wasted time, like oh, it's just so good. And when I saw that book like that was coming out in 2025, which I feel like I don't know, we need to talk about how like books like that aren't coming out lately, because it's just like the books that are coming out, okay, you know what, let me try not to be problematic, but like I just I don't know, I feel like the publishing industry just truly hates books, literary fiction books, because it's like every single book that's coming out is like just tropes I hate, like family saga, um what is it, family saga, no name character, which okay, that was like a like 2020 thing, or like a couple years back. Okay, you know what, I'm making a video of my least favorite tropes, so I'll leave that for then. But like I feel like a lot of really popular tropes that the publishing industry is coming out with is just like they're not sticking with the basics, which is marriage stories, family dramas specifically, and like just like stories like that, which I love those stories, and just like yeah, whatever. But I feel like that's just like a return to like I don't know, which maybe it hasn't always been popular, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like there was an era where I liked a lot of the books that were coming out. But anyways, let's go to the next book. The next book is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, which is about this guy who is writing letters to his mom, who can not understand English or like speak English or like read English or whatever, something like that. So it's like it's almost pointless him writing it. At least I think this is what the book is about. But yeah, he's writing that, and we just follow his journey or whatever. I really want to read it because it's popular. Well, not because it's popular, but because that idea sounds so interesting to me. So like, why would I not want to read that? And second off, I feel like I've been wanting to read this for such a long time, but I just never got around to it. So now I'm having the opportunity to get around to it, at least hopefully, because I feel like another like 3 years is going to pass and I'm still not going to have read that book. And it's just like, please, babe, just read the book. Okay, then the next book we have is Us Against You by Fredrik Backman. So I read Beartown by this author, and I really loved Beartown, and Us Against You is the second book in the series, which I'm really hoping to read this book because I never finished your series. What's the plural version of a series? Oh, actually, yeah, what is the plural version of that? I have no idea, but like I never finished them because I don't know, I'm just like not, I don't know, but I don't do that. Actually, I think back in my fantasy era I could finish a series easily, but like now I don't know, I don't have the like, I just don't buy the second book in a series. But anyways, what's this book about? Beartown is about this hockey player, and he's like the best hockey player in this town. He sexually assaults the girl, his coach's daughter, and after this event, this whole town has like a reaction to what he has done, and like some people are saying it's not true, some people are saying it is. People are having their little reactions there, but and like, you know, it's a small town, so you know that people are going to be weird about it. So like basically that's what happens. And then the second book is just like, I guess things happen to the point where there has to be a second book because of things, which I just really want to read the book. I loved Beartown. It was my favorite book. Well, it was like a 5-star read, so I need to read the second book. So another book by the author that's coming out in 2025 is My Friends, which is about this guy who's obsessed with art, and I guess he makes art, and I guess there's this person who sees his art and just like finds the friend group or something, and just like I guess tells their story, something like that. I have no idea what it's about. So what's my hopes for this book? So I'm hoping that Frederick Bachman leans more into his serious side rather than his comedic side, because I have read some of his comedic books, like uh, actually not his comedic books. I just feel like when he leans more into his funny stuff, it's not as good, and I'm hoping that he doesn't do that with this book. But who knows? It could happen. Whatever. So the next book I want to read is The Tiny Things Are Heavier. So The Tiny Things Are Heavier is like a book about this Nigerian girl who meets this, like, I think he's half Nigerian or something like that, or just like his parents are immigrants of Nigeria or something like that, and so like there becomes this romance or whatever that happens in it. Really, the reason why I want to read this book is because I feel like it mimics one of the romances in my book, which, okay, well, or like the relationship between the main character and the love interest, which I wouldn't call it the love interest, because like I feel like they, let me try not to spoil my book, but I wouldn't call them love interests, but like I really, because it's just like they're a bunch of things to get with each other. They're like friends or whatever. They're just like a bunch of things to each other. And there's like two love interests, which they're not a love interest, but because of the book, they're doing what they're doing, whatever. If you read the book, my book, it makes sense. But like I feel like it mimics one of the relationships, so I want to read it for those vibes to see what it's about. And it's like off a Nigerian author, which I feel like in the recent years, like after like I think 2020, I feel like 2020, they had like this big surge of like Nigerian authors that they were publishing, and then like now it's just like I barely see Nigerian books. Like it's like one or two comes out a year, which maybe that's because I'm just like not, I don't know, reading anything, or just like looking. Actually, there are a lot of Nigerian authors, but like I mean there was like a huge amount, like when I first started reading. And I understand, like the very moment I came to like reading literary fiction, like I saw this big surge of like Nigerian authors. So it's like now that, I don't know, I guess publishers feel like they don't need to publish black books anymore, because I don't know, I feel like they think they're in the clear or whatever. They haven't been publishing just like black books and like Nigerian books, and it's just like so much smaller. The pool is so much smaller. So I do want to read the Nigerian authors who are publishing right now, and just like the black authors in general, and just like all that. But like, yeah, the next week, the next book, the best we could. Okay, the next book is The Best We Could Hope. Or I didn't write down. Okay, let me try to cover this part. But I didn't write down the ending part, which you guys are gonna see, I guess, the book title there. But like, I don't know why I didn't do that. I just put this book here today, and that's kind of just like also what made me like the tipping point to refilming this video. So, The Best We Could Hope, I think, book is about this lady. Oh yeah, okay. So there's this teenager who leaves her children, or I don't know if she's a teenager, but she's young or whatever, and she leaves her children with her older sister, who she believes can take care of her children better. And then like years later, we see her come back into their lives and it's like cause destruction. That's giving very much Little Fires Everywhere vibes, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I need those books to make a comeback, because I love those books so much, and I feel like in recent years publishing just hasn't been publishing those types of books. Or just like, I feel like I low-key don't like the books that are being, actually no, let me not lie, I just don't like the tropes that are being published now, which I'll talk about literary fiction and tropes, and how I feel like some people in the literary fiction community pretend that tropes in literary fiction doesn't exist, when it's like, yes, they do. But that's not today's video. Today, we're talking about books I want to read. But yeah, I feel like 2025, it's making a resurgence. Or, yeah, whatever. And that just seems like such an interesting book. And so why not read it? The next book we have is Table for Two. So this is like a short story collection with one novella. And I think it's about famous people, or like, an actress or something like that in the 70s. So Taylor, the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo vibes. Say less. That's all I needed to know. That's all I know. And I don't like short stories, which I feel like I haven't talked about that yet, but like I've been trying to read short story collections and I haven't liked any that I've read. And I'm starting to feel like I don't like short stories, but like a novella, maybe I like that, hopefully. Because this whole figuring out I don't like short stories was like a little journey that, I don't know, sucked. Because I thought that if you watched one of my videos, I thought I was going to make like a short story collection in the future. But like, since I haven't been liking short story collections, it's like, why would I write a short story collection? So there's that. But I'm really tired. I'm going to blow my nose again. So another little break for you guys. Okay, so the next book we have is Help Wanted. So Help Wanted is about like this person who works a minimum wage job. I don't know if she works at like a grocery store or like a retail, wait, no, not retail, like just retail store in general. And because my book that I'm currently writing follows the main character who works in a retail store, I thought that this may maybe be a comp for my book, which I have no idea what the book is about. All I know is, dang, I was marked absent in school. Okay, but anyways, whatever. All I know is it's a comp to my book. I don't know what's about. Whatever. That's one of the books. The next book is Born for This. This is the same author as The Real Deal. So this book is about what is it? This girl, this Nepo baby, I guess, who is playing her aunt in a film or something. And as I said, I'm trying to see if I like not Nepo baby. What is it? Famous people books or whatever. So I'm excited for that one, and of course she's on TikTok, and I just love watching her videos, which she writes so fast, and I'm just like, how do you do it? And she's also writing some young adult books, which they kind of sound interesting. Maybe I'll pick those up, but also I don't really read young adult at the same time. And I also heard her talking about how she's writing like this music book, which I'm just like, as her like third book, or maybe I'm just not understanding or whatever, but like I thought that was really cool. Yeah, and like I read a music book and I didn't really like the music book, but because I feel like when it comes to music books, you can't hear the sound that the author is trying to make you hear, because it's like they describe it but it's not good. But maybe this book will be good, because like, I don't know, I feel like this author could do it, even though I've never read her books. I just hear her talking about it, so whatever. Okay, the next book we are talking about is River Sing Me Home. So River Sing Me Home was like one of those books that was popular like a year after I got into reading or something. Like got back into reading, because I've always been reading. And like specifically adult literary fiction. Like it was always on the bookstores or whatever. Bookstores and grocery stores and just like everywhere. So like, I don't know. I feel like if you put something in enough places, I will eventually read it, because I just get FOMO or something. So this book is about this mother who's enslaved, and I think she's running away with her children so that she can stop being enslaved. Like, is that what the book is about? Something like that. I read the synopsis. I really liked the book idea. I don't want to say I like the book idea, but like I liked the premise. Yeah. And I just want to read that book and, see how it goes. The next book is Eddie Winston is Looking for Love. So Eddie Winston is Looking for Love is by the same author who wrote the 100 Years of Lenny and Margot. And I loved that book. I read that book, which I say quite literally a lot. I need to stop saying that, because I'll edit a video and I'll say quite literally. And I'm just like, oh, I'll just stop at Faith. But anyways, this book is about, the 100 Years of Lenny and Margot. Let me talk about that. That's where you were. Stop getting distracted, Faith. Okay, but anyways, so that book, I reread the book, and that book is quite literally I did it again. It's perfect. It's one of the most perfect books I've ever read. And I feel like that's just like the style of writing I want. Like that mixture of like plot and like good writing and just like I don't know, where it's like it's not completely plotless, but it's also not like complete plot. And I feel like that's just like somewhere I want to be. And just like as I've discovered my writing and just like how I would like to write and like what types of things I write about, I just feel like rereading that book was like one of the best things I could have done, because I feel like when I first started reading, I was okay with the book. I think I could give it like 3 or 4 stars, because like I was kind of bored in some places, but like that's because I was like a young reader and it was like my first time reading literary fiction, so I didn't really like understand just like having almost no plot in a book. But it's like this has just enough plot that even if you don't really like, if you aren't really a fan of just like no plot books, you can still read it. I just feel like the way that she made a young main character was perfect, because I feel like whenever I read about characters who are young, they come off as annoying and just like whatever. But when she did it, she did it so well, and I loved it. And I don't know, it's the most perfect book ever. I feel like I made it, but I don't feel like I did make a video where I was talking about how I really loved it. It was a 5-star read, but I feel like I wasn't going in depth about how good it is, because like the what's the little, because like she's like 17 and she just, her voice is so like, the voice is so good. Because I feel like whenever I hear authors talking about like voicey writing, I tend to not like voicey writing, because I feel like the voiciness isn't good. I feel like it comes off as cringy a lot of the times, and I feel like it came off as, I don't know, immature, but like it was in a good way, because it's just, she did it so well. And it's just like when she mocked, I don't know, religion, she didn't mock religion, but like she was like she was funny, and it's just like the way she did it just made so much sense. And I love that book. I love it so much. I recently read it, and so I'm just talking about it. So yeah. So Andy Winston is Looking for Love is her second book, and the book is about this old guy who's looking for love, and this young woman helps him find the love of his life, which sounds a lot like the 100 Years of Lenny and Margot, which deals with young people and old people interacting. And I love this author's other book, so I'm hoping this will be another favorite of mine. Wow, I really need to breathe, because that really took the air out of me. The next book I want to read is The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store. So this book is about this. I have no idea. I have no idea what the book is about. Yeah, I don't think I know what this book is about. I just put it in because I saw the cover everywhere, and I saw that the main character is black, and I just saw those things, and I said, I want to read it. Like, if you give me a popular black book, I will, in fact, read it. Even though I don't like the tropes or whatever, which I have no idea if I do like those things. Not tropes, but like the themes of the book. I will read it no matter what, because I'm just that person, and I need to stop doing that, but like I can't help myself, so whatever. The next book on my list, which, okay, I'm really tired. I'm hoping I don't sound like I did last time, like a dead horse or whatever. And I'm wearing yellow, so like good vibes, Faith, good vibes. We're ending this off strong, which, okay, this isn't the ending. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books left, so I'm not ending this, but like still, lock in, Faith, lock in. Okay, so the next book is Intermezzo, which Intermezzo is a book by Sally Rooney, and this book is about these two brothers who are grieving their dad, was it? Okay, so I just want to read this book because I read Conversations with Friends by this author, and I really loved it the first time I read it, but the second time I read it, I didn't like it as much. And I don't know if it's because I've grown as a reader to just like figure out what I've liked, or if it's because Sally Rooney, the first time you read a Sally Rooney book, it's really good, but then once you read it a second time, it's just not as good, because like you already know what's going to happen. So yeah, I want to read another Sally Rooney book, and this is the newest book, so of course this is the book that I'm going to say I want to read. Because before it was like Normal People, because like that was her most popular book, and then she's like, whatever. The new book came out, and I said, I want to read that. The next book we have on the list is Old Enough. And Old Enough is about this college thing or whatever. It's a college book. And it's about, like, I think a sexual assault thing happens in the book. Because I heard it was, like, what did they say? They said something that gave very much, like, Survivor vibe. Okay, why did I say it like that? Like, I don't know. I said it in a weird way. But, like, it was, I think the Me Too movement, did they mention that? Or they said something that made me think, okay, this is about sexual assault. But it's also about college, and any book about college I immediately want to read. So there's that, there is a trigger warning for, I think, sexual assault. So I don't know. I think I have to read that book when I'm not in a good mood, but like in a good headspace, which usually I am. So I think I'll be fine. As long as I don't read it in the winter, I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. The next book is Hot Stew. So Hot Stew is about this building and we just follow every character in the building. I love books about like just like everyone, just like getting a peek into everyone's homes, because I'm so interested in what's happening in other people's lives. And I feel like maybe it's weird, or maybe it's the writer in me, or just who knows what it is, or maybe I'm just nosy. I have no idea what it is, but just like getting to know other people's lives is just like one of the most interesting things, like one of the most interesting positions you can put me in. And I read it and I just soak it up, and it's like I don't care if these characters are like characters, not characters, but like, you know, like the bully, the jock, the popular girl, the popular blonde girl, or whatever. Like, I do not care. If you give me a bunch of characters and you give me a sneak peek into their life, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna be very happy with it. It's like I just don't care, because I feel like a lot of people will say in books like, oh, they just all felt just so flat, and I just like, when it comes to these situations, I do not care if your character feels flat, because at the end of the day, if I get to see a sneak peek into someone's life, yeah, I'm gonna eat that up. I'm gonna just soak it up, and just like, what if maybe I should write a book about that, like just a sneak peek into a bunch of people's lives. That could be cool. But also, I feel like, what community would I be looking at? Because I feel like you have to do it within a community so that you can talk about overall theme. So who knows? I've been wanting to write something like that. I just haven't had the idea for it. So I don't know. Something to think about. The next book we have is The Book of Goose. What was The Book of Goose about? I think someone dies so the main character can write a story, potentially. Guys, I feel like it's gonna be so embarrassing if I am saying it wrong, and it's like I'm not gonna do any research when I'm editing this video into like what the book is actually about, because I tend to just like put the cover up and then just like leave it alone. So like, if I'm saying the wrong plot, whoopsie daisies, who knows where I got it from. It was somewhere from the inner depths of TikTok, and I ran with it, and maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should actually do my research. Maybe. But who does research when it comes to books they want to read? Not I. So this book, I saw someone recommend it, and I thought, that seems like a cool book. And they have been seeing this, and I just feel like, I feel like it's like someone telling their story. Yeah, wasn't it something like that? Like, it was giving like the 100 years of Lenny and Margot, or the 7 years of Evelyn and Hugo, where someone tells their story, and there's just like whole life story, and they're like old or something. And even if they aren't old, I just like knowing about people's like whole life story. So I feel like it was something about that, and I just got really interested in that. And someone who's writing literary fiction, her name is like Stacy Fling or something. She's on TikTok, and well, at least that's her like or like her TikTok handle. And yeah, I just watch her videos sometimes, and she just recommended it. At least I think it was her. Guys, please tell me it was her, because if it wasn't her, then that's just gonna be embarrassing. But I feel like she read the book. I saw on her channel, at least. And I feel like sometimes I equate seeing something on someone else's channel as they love the book. but maybe that wasn't the case. But like, I just want to read a book if that's just like the case. And now we are on to the last book. Wow, this is a almost 50-minute long video. And my legs are tired, and I think they fell asleep. Yeah, they did. Okay. Wow, I probably shouldn't have been talking this long. So the next book and the last book, finally, I could leave you guys alone because I know you guys don't want to hear my voice for this long, but you guys are forced to because I'm me and you're watching my channel. So this book is about, and I feel like I sound bored, and maybe this is why I sounded bored, because like, once you just say so many books that you're excited about, you eventually just like lose this spark in you, because it's just like, all of them are exciting, like, oh yeah, I'm excited, but then eventually you get tired of talking. So, yeah, so the next book is Happy Land, and Happy Land is about this, and I'm sitting this way because I have my legs out so they don't fall asleep again. But Happy Land is about like, this was about because I remember we learned about this in world history. So like groups of enslaved people like escaped their enslavement or something like that, and then they like made communities, and I think this was like in Central or South America, and they made like these communities away from their enslavers, and I think that's what's happening in this book. I don't know if like someone is looking for them or something like that. Something happens, blah blah blah, which I feel like this author covers, at least in her last book, just interesting events in like Black history, and I feel like I want to read about that. Oh, there's a snot in my ear, but I really want to read about that because it just sounds interesting. And I didn't read her other book, Holding Hands, or like Hand Holding or something like that, because I don't know, but like I want to read this book, and I want to read that other book too, but like I guess I don't know, it didn't make it in this video. But yeah, that seems like such an interesting topic to explore in history. So yeah, I guess that's it for books I want to read in the future. Thanks for watching. If you made it this long, well, I'm glad you did, because like this is like a almost 50-minute long video, and I'm probably going to be cutting things, but it's going to be like 45 minutes at the end of the day. So I'm really glad you guys made it, for those who did. Yeah, thank you, and thank you for like all the new subscribers I've been getting, because I feel like for so long I've been just like speaking to avoid it, and I feel like I still am, but like some of you guys have been commenting, some of you guys have been liking my videos, and I'm just so grateful for all of you guys who have followed along with me as I talk about my book, which is always so surprising when I read a comment and it's like, you guys actually listened to what I said and like liked it, and I'm just like, wow, people care about what I think and just like care about what I'm talking about, and so I'm grateful for you guys. And I want to produce good videos. That's why I'm refilming this video anyways in the first place, even though it's really long. But it's like I've been saying I want to make long videos, not because like, well, just for the fact that I feel like longer videos are just like more entertaining. Like I feel like I have more to say, and because I have more to say, I feel like it's better. Whatever. Okay, let's not get into all that. But like thanks for watching, for everyone who's still here. I guess I should like, subscribe, comment, especially comment, guys. I do love it when you guys talk to me. Talk about your books that you want to read in general, if you can, please. I'm begging. Okay, no, let me shut up. But like, yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.